Danny Gaselli, East Coast Radio.
So how's this for a story? I don't know whether you've seen it online or not. It's about a KZN family down the south coast. They threw this huge welcome home party for their son. He'd been away studying for 3 years, so the mum was so excited, so was the whole family. So they thought, what can we do to make this extra special? So they pumped up a whole bunch of balloons and they shoved a whole bunch of money in various balloons. It added up to 5,000 Rand. But here's the twist. The Win had other plans. Her grandchild grabbed the balloon but let it slip and whoop, 5,000 Rand floated straight into the air in KZN. So all of a sudden, if you see a whole bunch of balloons and cash on your property, you know what to do. Take it. No, I'm kidding. Return it to the family. So that gets me asking you the next question. What's the most expensive thing that you've lost in your life? It could be in your car, your home, your office. We want to hear all about it. Let us know.
Hi, Danny. Cyril Basker, comedian and MC from Durban. Danny, I'm generally a person that keeps everything in order and everything in the right places. But this one time I did lose something that was very special to me. I misplaced my work wedding ring. That did touch me, and ever since then I haven't been the same. So now I got myself a plastic work wedding ring from Temu.
My name is Lorna. I'm from Pietermaritzburg. At the end of 1997, my parents bought me a very expensive watch. It was my matriculation gift and they couldn't afford it, but they sacrificed anyway. And the next year I was leading a bunch of teenagers at Labrie Wilderness Training School, and a freak accident took me from swinging on the Tarzan rope and then to face planting on a rock, and my very expensive watch now lives at the bottom of the waterfall.
Danny, aware. So the most expensive thing I've ever lost. Oh man, my mind. I lost my mind. Still looking for it.
Hey Danny, this is Deboho from Pietermaritzburg. So most expensive thing I've ever lost is a phone, and a work phone to be precise, and I lost it twice. First time on a night out, then the second time I was at a conference. My boss felt so sorry for me, she lent me hers, one of her old phones. So yeah, that was it.
Hi there Danny, it's Celestia from the Bluff. This is my story. What I've lost, I sadly lost the diamond from my engagement ring many years ago. The night before, I had actually dropped the ring in the bathroom. Didn't think anything of it. And the next morning when I arrived at work, I looked down and there was a gaping big hole in my ring. I actually screamed. Everybody in the office thought something had happened. They all came running and saw what had happened, obviously, with my ring. And everyone was mortified for me. It was really, really horrific. Anyway, thanks for a great show, boy.
Throughout the show today, we've been talking about the most expensive thing that you've lost, whether it's at home, out and about, at work. And then I came across this fascinating voice note by a beautiful soul called Sam. Sam, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Sam, I thoroughly enjoyed your voice note in terms of your energy. You just sound like a great person and you have a beautiful story to tell. But first, who are you? Where are you from? Who's Sam?
Hi, so my name is Sam and I am currently in Westbrook here in KZN. I live here, I work here, I'm a teacher.
Beautiful. What do you teach?
I teach drama.
Ooh, I like that a lot. Are you a professional actress as well?
Done a little bit of acting work, studied it after, nothing too major.
That is epic, Sam. I love that. Tell us your story.
So back in 2018, I was working as a dive master and scuba diving instructor up in Sodwana Bay. And I was doing a bit of a side hustle, taking photos and videos underwater. I didn't have any of my own gear. I borrowed from a friend quite frequently because he had a really, really nice, proper underwater setup for that kind of thing. And we were approached the one day by some clients that were at the resort. The guy wanted to propose underwater to his girlfriend, and we were like, wow, that's amazing. Can we help you out with, photos or videos or anything like that? And he loved that idea. So we organized to go out on this dive all together, myself and a buddy of mine, another friend. So we all went out on this boat together and we had like a whole game plan. They were going to go around the one side of the reef with the dive master, and we were going to go around the other side and then meet up in the middle. And so we drop into the water, everything's rearing to go. They go off in the one direction, we go on the other, and we get to the spot where we're going to meet up with the rest of the group and, have the whole proposal. And all of a sudden, I look down and this camera is gone.
No.
It is nowhere to be seen. Usually I clip it onto my equipment, but it was just not there. So my buddy and I, we kind of had to just say, okay, well, no photos for the proposal. And I think the other dive master did have a GoPro, so they were able to get footage, but we kind of retraced our steps underwater. Nothing. There was no camera. So at that point we realized this thing is floated, which, I mean, if anyone has swum in our waters, you know the current. They take anything and everything so easily. We headed back up to the boat, jumped on the boat, and drove around with our skipper, basically while the rest of the guests were finishing up with the dive, trying to look for this camera, and it was just nowhere. It had absolutely disappeared into the depths of the ocean. So when we got back to the beach, I phoned all of the other dive charters and fishing charters just to say, hey, this is the situation. We've lost this camera. Please, if anybody sees it, please let us know. And a couple of days go by. Obviously, I'm very devastated by this because I was a student at this point. And sure, when you're a student, you don't have much money to go out and buy a new set of gear.
How much does that camera go for?
Oh, man, it must have been 20 plus. A couple of days go by and I get a phone call from this one fishing charter saying, hey, one of our guests has picked up a camera on the beach today. Could it be yours? And I was like, no way. And this isn't a beach that is particularly close to the launch site either. This is like a couple of kilometers south. And lo and behold, it was the camera, and I kind of saved myself there a little bit.
Hallelujah. What a story. You've got great luck on your side, eh?
Oh, huge luck. But you know what they say, the ocean gives and the ocean takes. And I was given a great lesson that day.
Just quickly, underwater proposals, is that quite a common thing?
Weirdly enough, it is. I did a couple during my time up there, and to be honest, very, very cool.
But now, going down on one knee, I suppose you still kind of can do that, but you can't talk, hey?
No, I mean, oh man, the one was brilliant. So this guy, he had this like steel plate made, essentially, that said, will you marry me? And then on the one side, it had like a little carabiner with another little steel plate that said yes. And then on the other side, it had another little, well, it wasn't a carabiner, it was actually a lock, so you couldn't take it off, with another little plate that said no. And we had to go bury this in the sand and then have her, like, coincidentally find it. So people get pretty creative when it comes to stuff like that.
I suppose another option of saying no is just kind of swimming off, eh? Like, I'm out. Thank you so much, Sam, for your story. That was fascinating. I'm so glad you got the camera back.
Talent is optional, but fun is mandatory. Danny Giselli, weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. East Coast Radio.